Welcome, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I built my homemade traction bars for my V8 S10 for under $100. Okay, so before we begin, I will leave a link in the description of a website that helped me through this. It goes through how to build your own traction bars, basically, and it's pretty vague, but you get a sense of what you can use. I used all 1/4-inch plate and then referenced some dimensions off of this website. So I will show you exactly what I did for my 83 S15. The bottom plates that mount to the axle on the U-bolts. I have an 8.8 forward axle, so mine might be different than yours, so double check yours. And then I used 1-inch flat bar, 1/4-inch thick, and then used that for the bottom plates that mount on to the U-bolts. I have long enough U-bolts, so also double check that your U-bolts are long enough. And then I basically went 2 inches down from the bottom of the leaf spring mounting plate, and then that's where my hole is for the bottom bushing of the traction bar. Here's the lower brackets all painted up. I've just got the one side U-bolts out, so I'm going to try to put it on. I might need to trim the one bolt that hangs down to hold the leaves, the center pin. Center bolt might hang too low, so I'll get the bushing and see if it hits. If it hits, I need to trim the stud. Alright, so it does hit. There's the stud, and there it hits. So I need to take it off and probably cut, I think I need to cut maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, which is about, so it's just sticking out, so cut that and then it should fit up. Alright, so that's how it'll be. This piece of tube is just here, but then it'll go up there like that. It shouldn't hit that right there, but if it does, I can notch it. But I think will be okay up there. So this piece I'll weld to this bushing, which this bushing is like this, a shock. So I'll need obviously a bigger bolt in there, but that's just there for now. And this is going to be long enough, so that's good. Because it's the shortest pipe that I had. So the other one's a bit longer, so we'll be good. So I won't need to add any length. Anyway. Well, that took way too long, but got the old bushings out. You can see the rubbers over there. It took a puller torch. That really helped a lot. Just didn't get too hot, but just a little bit to soften the rubber up a lot more. And that pushed right out. It had these metal things in them. But anyway, I've got some polyurethane bushings to go in there. And then we'll build our traction bar mount here. Alright, so what I've done here, I've replaced the bushings in both leaf springs. And I've drilled out this hole in the middle to 5/8 because I'm going to be running a 5/8 bolt. It was a metric size, or close to 9/16, so I'm going up to 5/8, which will be stronger. It's only a little bit bigger, but it'll be stronger. And then so I've got new bushings in here already, and you can figure out what to do with them, but this is basically a stock replacement bushing, so nothing special. And I'm running the plates for the traction bars on the outsides of the leaf springs, the leaf spring mounting spots. So I'll show you them and how I do this. So what I have is a 6-inch wide, 6-inch long bolt. I could probably do it with 5, but I went with 6 in case. Probably end up only needing 5.5, so I'll have a little bit of threads that I can cut off afterwards. So I've got 2 coats of paint on these, and they're little bushings. Those go in the big hole there. So here's the bolt going through the plate, and there's the bushing plate. The bushing will be about halfway in. It's sticking out this side now, but anyway, it'll go in. And then the other one on the other side with a washer in between Here's the plate with the bushing, and I've got some lithium grease that came with the new bushings. And then there's a washer. There's that. Alright, so this is tight. Pretty tight, not tight enough, but I'll tighten it up a little more. But that's tight, and these are still able to move. That's exactly what you want. If these didn't have those bushings, they'd be bound up, and it wouldn't work properly with the way it's supposed to work. So, anyway, that's pretty much how it's going to be. They'll have this is a 3/8 hole, so then I'll have another bushing that'll go onto, and then it'll be like that. Now this might be a little high for a little low for that bottom bolt right there, but if it is, then I'll just take it off and re-drill another hole, make it more adjustable. But this is revision 1, so we'll see how this goes. So next, I will get it down back on the ground, and then put the bars that I made there on the back mounts, and then put them up to the front just loosely, and measure roughly the length that I need. Now the Heim joints are adjustable, so it can be within a 1/4 of an inch, and it'll be just perfectly fine. So I just tacked up the bushings. This is going to be on the axle side, and it's going to be bare metal with clear coat on them. So I've got to measure to length, but I'll have to do that when it's on the ground, when the suspension is loaded. So I'll wait to do that. But they're tacked on, and then I'll weld them on fully. And I'm probably going to do TIG welding on them, so make it look nice. Alright, there's the Heim joint. There's the bar going up there. This will be about there. Pretty good. So I'm going to mark it off and then probably cut it with a tube cutter so that it's nice and straight. Should be able to cut that. So, and then I will cut bushings, spacers to go in between here and here. This rigid pipe cutter worked pretty good. And like that, it's cut. So this is the closest pipe that I could find that fits in here. So I'll just have to make sure it's really straight when I go to weld it. But it doesn't really matter. It's not like it's a drive shaft, so it can be off by a degree or two and still be perfectly fine and strong. So I'll finish cleaning that off and then repeat the process on the other side. But yeah, looks sweet. Alright, both ends are tacked. So I'll fit them up, see how they look. And then I need to measure for bushings on each side of the Heim joint. So I was able to TIG weld the welds on the traction bar that you're going to see here. I used a 309 stainless rod, which is pretty strong. So that should help because it's a chromoly base on the Heim joint and then regular mild steel. So you probably could get away with it just being, if you MIG or whatever, just with regular solid wire. But I had the option of doing that, and it's a lot nicer. Looks great. Alright, got them welded up and painted. Just painted them black at the ends and clear coat around here. Got my nice TIG welds. Pretty nice. Anyway, gonna fit them up, see how they go. Alright, there's the finished product until I test it, and if I test it and I'm not satisfied with it, then I will make an adjustment. But I will keep you up to date. So next we will test. Alright, everything's installed. Bolts are tightened down. I believe I have the proper preload. I'm gonna remove this bracket eventually, but it doesn't come in contact with it, so it's fine for now. I put a washer under there. This bolt is not loose. It's got room on the other side. I just bottomed out a longer bolt. I might cut it down later. Same with all of them. They're, you know, longer than they need to be. But anyway, I've got like a 16th gap under there. I put a little washer under it, so that's what they look like. Kind of hard to tell today. There's not much sun out, but cool. Cool. Can't wait to try them out. Alright, so as you can see in that demonstration video, I know it's wet in that video, but I don't have another video of doing legal activities, but that was definitely filmed in Mexico. Anyway, traction bars work pretty much like I thought. They work really good. There's no wheel hop, even on dry surfaces. I've tested it multiple times, launches and peels, so I'm very happy. And now I realize I need to redo the clutches in the rear end. I already got new clutches for it from Ford Racing, since it is a Ford axle. I got the carbon fiber ones because why wouldn't you? They're only like $70 more. So it's basically a Formula One car gonna be with carbon fiber. So yeah. I did go ahead and remove the clips that were here that held the leaf springs together. They weren't working for me anymore, but the one was close. I don't know if you saw it on that side. It was close to hitting, and it ended up it did hit and made a slight vibration. So I removed that, and it's all mint. But generally, no bad things to say. This design is pretty much solid. I can't have anything to complain. I don't think there's any vibration from anything. It's all pretty tight, and generally would recommend. Definitely recommend. The only difficult part was definitely removing the old bushings in the leaf springs. So if you can get past that, spend 2 hours on that, and then you've basically got a nice setup. And it looks nice. It's dirty now, but it's mint. I'll try to get a couple more driving videos, possibly. If not, oh well. But definitely a worthwhile upgrade, and not bad for spending under $100. Definitely. Heim joints were $70. I'll leave a link in the description. And then hardware, I got several bolts, say $10, $20. So definitely under $100. And then again, the material I got from the offcut section, because this is only, it's not very big, so definitely not too expensive.